October 7th. Every return, every person brought home was its own modern-day miracle. Each one is a reminder that even in times of pain, the Jewish spirit remains unbroken. Just as the Maccabees refused to give up, the Jewish people today and all people must continue to stand together with a fierce moral clarity and an unwavering belief in the value of every human life. The world has watched a global Jewish community rally around its hostages and their families with unity, with strength, and with love. And even as we carry heartbreak, even as we yearn for safety, peace, and security for all people, we continue to bring more light into this world. That is the very essence of Hanukkah. When a single flame is kindled, darkness disappears. When a community stands together, Jews and non-Jews alike, darkness loses its power entirely. And when we light the menorah here at the state capitol, and we add our shared light to a tradition that has endured through every hardship and through every generation. So tonight, let us light these candles in honor of the Maccabees' courage, in honor of the resilience of the Jewish people, in honor of the hostages who have returned, even as we continue to pray for the wounded community of Sydney. May this menorah shine as a symbol of hope, a symbol of freedom, and the promise that light will always prevail. Tonight, we stand with Sydney as we gather to watch the lights of Hanukkah brighten our city, our state, our nation, and our world. Happy Hanukkah, and thank you for being here to share this light. I'd now like to welcome and introduce Richland County Sheriff's Department Color Guard and call up Sheriff Lott to lead in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Good evening, everyone, and a happy Hanukkah. One of the best parts of this annual menorah lighting is hearing from our students. Please welcome Leah Spalter and Mendel Maris from the 5th grade at the Cutler Jewish Day School here to deliver the Hanukkah message.
Good evening. My name is Mendel Maris.
And my name is Leah Spalter. We are students at the Cutler Jewish Day School. Tonight, we are all here to celebrate Hanukkah. We know the story. It commemorates the miracle of the oil and the victory of the Maccabees over the Syrian Greeks.
At our school, we learn all about Hanukkah, but we also learn other exciting things in class. For example, right now in math, we are learning all about angles. It's actually pretty amazing. We learned that complementary angles equal 90 degrees and supplementary angles equal 180 degrees. But don't worry, I won't bore you with any more details because I don't want to put you to sleep.
Talking about angles actually reminds me of the menorah. Did you know the branches on the real menorah were straight lines? They weren't round like circles.
That's right. Some of you might be used to seeing pictures of a round, curved menorah. That image actually comes from the Arch of Titus in Rome. Speaking of which, my parents just went to Rome and saw it. The Romans drew it round when they celebrated the destruction of the Holy Temple. But the great sage, the Rambam, also known as Maimonides, wrote that the menorah used in the Holy Temple was really straight, just like the one we have right here.
Why does it really matter if we draw a menorah with straight branches or round ones? Because the Maccabees taught us that every detail matters.
Some people might feel that small details don't matter. They might say, does Hashem really care if I dishonor my parents once? Does he really care if you use pure olive oil or just regular oil?
But the miracle of Hanukkah teaches us that every detail does matter. The Maccabees fought for the truth. They wanted to keep the Torah pure, and they did not want to change anything.
And that brings us to the most important lesson. Just like every detail on the menorah matters, every single one of us matters. Every mitzvah, large or small, adds pure light to the world. So tonight, let's be like the Maccabees. Let's stand tall, let's do what's right, and shine a lot of light. Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you. I don't want to follow that. One of the blessings of Jewish life in Columbia, South Carolina is how our organizations work together with real partnership and real heart. That spirit of unity is a light in itself. Please join me in welcoming Jesse DeWascal, Executive Director of the Columbia Jewish Federation, to bring greetings this evening.
Hello, good evening. Whoa. I'm Jessie Dowskill. I'm the Executive Director at Columbia Jewish Federation. And it is so cold, so thank you so much for being here. I also want to thank our elected leaders, community partners, and neighbors for standing here with us tonight. To the governor, members of the legislature, faith leaders, and friends, your presence matters more than you may realize. Tonight, we will light the menorah in the people's house. This is not just a ceremony. This is a statement. Hanukkah tells the story of a small community that refused to disappear. A people who choose faith over fear, identity over erasure, and light over darkness, even when the odds were overwhelming. And that story is not ancient history. Today, as Jewish communities around the world gather to celebrate Hanukkah, we do so carrying a heavy truth. Anti-Semitism is rising, openly, aggressively, and without apology. Jewish communities are being targeted simply for existing. Moments meant for joy, worship, and togetherness are being interrupted by hate. So let me say this clearly and without hesitation. No, not today, not on Hanukkah, not any day. There is no place for anti-Semitism here. Not in our institutions, not in our communities, and not in our state. Lighting the menorah publicly, proudly, is an affirmation of who we are and what we stand for. It declares that South Carolina stands for religious freedom, that hate will not drive anyone into the shadows, that Jewish life belongs fully and unapologetically in the public square. At Columbia Jewish Federation, our mission is to ensure that Jewish life is strong, vibrant, and secure, not just for today, but for the generations to come. That means caring for families in need, supporting Jewish education, strengthening our connection to Israel, and prioritizing the safety of our community. The menorah teaches us something profound. Light does not appear all at once. It grows, one candle at a time. Each night, we add a little more light. Not because the darkness disappears, but because we refuse to surrender to it. Tonight, by lighting the menorah together, we choose courage over fear, presence over silence, and unity over division. May this light remind us that when we stand together, darkness does not win. May it be a blessing for the state of South Carolina, for all of its people, and for a future rooted in dignity, safety, and hope. Happy Hanukkah, and thank you, all of you, for standing with us here tonight.
Tonight, we're grateful to recognize the legacy of those who helped build this Jewish but also South Carolinian treasured tradition. Please join me in welcoming Senator Joe Lourie, son of Susan Lourie, and the late Senator Isadore E. Lourie, who was so instrumental in these annual public menorah lighting ceremonies.
Good evening, and thank you, Rabbi, and thank you all for being here. This is the 22nd year we have held this ceremony right here at the State House, right here at the House for 28 years, where my father fought for fairness, for equality, for tolerance. And he would be so proud to see this amazing crowd gathered here tonight in the presence of a menorah and of a Christmas tree, because that speaks to what he believed about this great country. And I want to just take a minute to talk about the country we live in today, because in this time of polarization and divisiveness, we should remember there's so much more that we have in common than separates us. He would be so proud to see such a crowd here together, because he believed, he would always talk about, use this term, only in America. And in America, you can come together, practice your faith, live in a diverse community, and we should never lose sight of that, even in difficult times, that we still live in the greatest country in the world. So thank you for being here tonight. It is my pleasure to introduce a dear friend and someone who comes to this event every year, who always stands up for the Jewish community. He just got back from Israel just a few months ago, our mayor, Mayor Daniel Rickeman.
Good evening, everyone, and happy Hanukkah to all of you on behalf of the 144,000 people here in the city of Columbia. As we know, Hanukkah is rooted in faith, talks about the light prevailing, the story of resilience, hope against the darkness, the light that was meant to be shared. But as we reflected, as the rabbi said earlier, we're unfortunately in the moment, we're called to action. Because unfortunately, darkness is still existing across the globe. Hate rising worldwide, communities under threat, closer than we think, sometimes we forget. Silence never helped anybody, that's why we're here today. Standing together to celebrate for 22 years, here lighting of a menorah in a public square in the state of South Carolina, proud together as community members. Because we believe you are our neighbors, we are one community. Together we are stronger by working together and continuing to be together, protecting each of our neighbors, standing against hate, one of 13 cities across this state that has a hate crime bill in our community, but it's not enough. We have to stand together, work together, and make sure that folks realize that we support each other, that hate will not be tolerated in this community, in this county, or in this state. And I hope we can stand together across the state, from this State House grounds down to the coast, to the majestic mountains in our upstate, hand in hand together against the hate that we're seeing unravel and grow. I wish you a happy Hanukkah season. I pray that God is with each and every one of you all day and every day as we continue to be one Columbia. Thank you.
I now have the honor of welcoming Representative Beth Bernstein. Her leadership and support have been instrumental in making this evening possible. And she has taken on the role of helping ensure that this annual State House Hanukkah celebration happens each year.
Thank you, Rabbi, and thank you. Happy Hanukkah. You know, at first, I would thought the cold would keep people away, but looking at this robust crowd, I'm very, very proud to be standing here as a Jewish member of this community, and also sitting up here with the sheriff of Richland County, with the chief of police of the city of Columbia, with the mayor of Columbia, and with our very own governor of the state of South Carolina. All who are not Jewish, but are very supportive of the Jewish community. And I think that's really, really important. And that's why I love this community so much. Being born and raised here, things that we are seeing around the world, hopefully, will not touch this community. But it does remind us of the importance of a holiday like Hanukkah and what it represents. It represents unity. As Mayor Rickeman said, one Columbia, one community. So on this second night of Hanukkah, let us reflect on those values that unite us. And let this serve as a reminder of our shared responsibility to stamp out all forms of hate and bigotry and anti-Semitism. It's hard to see what is happening, what we just saw in Sydney, Australia, and other tragedies similar to that. And the only way to extinguish that dark is to focus on the light and to bring us all together. So during these 8 nights of Hanukkah, let's remember that. And thank you all for coming out. Happy Hanukkah, and I look forward to lighting the 2 candles. Thank you. And it is my pleasure to recognize and introduce our very own Governor Henry McMaster, who has never wavered in his support of the Jewish community, nor in his support of this menorah lighting and this tradition. As governor, he has attended, I believe, every single year that we've had this, barring no weather issues, and he is still here. So thank you, Governor, for always being supportive. This is the last time that he will be here as governor, but maybe not the last time that he will be here. Thank you.
You go ahead. Actually, Beth's right about everything except this. I will be here next year as governor. And I hope I can find my overcoat too, because it's cold. Peggy and I have been here every time, and we'll continue. And I may have told y'all before, but Peggy's name is Peggy Jean Maccabee. So I'm qualified. This is an important event, an important season. It's important for Columbia. It's important for the state. like you, maybe unlike most people, as governor, I was allowed to see some films from October the 7th. It's hard to believe. Like many of you, I've been to one of the concentration camps, and of course we've seen pictures of them. And I can't understand it. I know that General Eisenhower, after World War II, had all the American troops march through the camps so they could see it with their own eyes, so it could not be denied, and it would be imprinted permanently in their minds and their hearts. I don't know how people can deny what so plainly has happened, what so plainly has been recognized, but they do. But our state, I'm proud to say, I'm a native. I've lived here all my life in Columbia. I love this place. It's a great, great, great city, great people. South Carolina's people are different from many others, and one of those reasons is this colony, among others, had no restrictions, no discriminations against any faith, and in fact, the Jews were welcomed and sought to come to this place, to this colony. We had people from everywhere. And I believe that those things made a difference. I know from the history I've read that the Jews have had integral parts in the history and the progress of this state as well as of this country. I simply cannot understand how some people have it in their heart to hate people, to treat people the way they do the Jews. But I'm confident and hopeful that the spirit that has been exhibited here in all these years, in these centuries, will continue to grow and get stronger. I believe that the laws of man are very important, but if the laws of man could stop crime, there wouldn't be any crime, because everything's illegal. All these things, horrible things, are criminal acts. I believe the answer lies in something more powerful than laws, more powerful than locks and chains. I believe the answer lies in the human heart and the human spirit. And it has been mentioned by, I think, everyone who spoke. If we stand together, we're all children of God. If we just stand together and stand for the right and stand for the light, we will prevail. And it's my prayer that this spirit will continue to grow in this place, our place, Columbia, South Carolina. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. They say that music is the pen of the soul. Tonight, with this cold, the ink in that pen might freeze. So to warm us up, we're delighted to share a short musical performance by the Cutler Jewish Day School. Thank you again to the Colored Jewish Day School. We're about to light the menorah, and I would like to call up some students from Chabad at USC who will help us and light this very menorah. Leah Mor Yosef, Mika Avni, Josh Schwartz, Jake Serbin, and Adam Arnold. Please come up, and we're going to light the menorah together. Please rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik neder shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoseinu bayamim ha'em v'zman hazeh.
Temperature's 32.
Sham toda nezabeya liyetachin mabeya nitzoram nabeya azek mor v'shir mizmor Chanukat hamizbeya Zagmor v'shir mizmor Chanukat hamizbeach. Thank you to all of our students, the ones who lit and the ones who wanted to. Thank you. As we come to the close of our program, it's our privilege to welcome Rabbi Eric Uriarte of Tree of Life Congregation, and Rabbi Elisha Rothamel of Beth Shalom Synagogue for a few closing reflections. Please welcome Rabbi Uriarte first. You may be seated.
Good evening. One of the most influential people in my life when I was a young child growing up was Fred Rogers. And Mr. Rogers had a saying that still resonates with me today. Look for the helpers. As an adult, as a rabbi, as a person in this community, I now ask all of us who grew up with Mr. Rogers to be the helpers. The candle that lights all of the wondrous lights on every day of Hanukkah, the lights that grow greater by the day, is known as the shamash, the helper. It's a reminder that we cannot bring in the light without somebody selflessly standing up to give one thing to 1 to 2, all the way up to 8 candles over the course of the week and a day. We don't have to be heroes in all situations. We don't have to be at the forefront, putting our lives in danger to make a difference. We can be the kind word to brighten someone's day. We can be the compassion to give hope to those who have lost it. We can be the innovator to bring order to chaos. We can be the optimist to return hope to the cynic. We can all be the light, not to drive out the darkness ourselves, but to give that light to others so that together we may light up the night in the face of chaos and of cynicism and of hate and of evil. We can all find a way every day to be the shamash, to be the helper, until one day, hopefully, all of that help leads to peace and justice and mercy for all of God's creation. Happy Hanukkah.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Directors and members of Beth Shalom Synagogue, it is my honor to speak at this year's Menorah lighting. I'd also like to thank Chabad of South Carolina for inviting me to be on the podium tonight, as well as the Columbia Jewish Federation for co-hosting. And finally, I would like to thank the elected officials celebrating with us and for all of the important work that they do. Hanukkah is a special time of year. It is a time of miracles. We celebrate the miracle of the oil as well as celebrating the victory for justice. But we also celebrate the miracle of the light and its enduring presence. Each one of us is a light. Hanukkah reminds us to use our light and share it with others. We share our light of friendship, we share our light of community, and we share our light of peace. And when we all join together, we have the opportunity to bring more of God's light and love into our world. This past Sunday, we were reminded yet again that there are some in this world who wish to extinguish that light. So I'm incredibly grateful and overwhelmed with joy to see all of us here tonight supporting this important event. I recently moved to Columbia from New Jersey, and sometimes I feel a little homesick. But now that I am here with all of you, I know that I've truly found a home where we're able to assemble freely and safely and share the blessings of God with one another. Thank you all for bringing your love and your light. Happy Hanukkah.
And as we close the program, for anybody that has a car menorah on their roof, please return that to Chabad. Thank you. Now for the real miracle, we have hot latkes and donuts. Please help yourselves, enjoy some more music. And if you take one donut, there might be a mitzvah to have another. Happy Hanukkah.